Thank you so much, Amanda, and thank you to all the people who've sponsored this event this morning. It's fantastic to see so many of you here today. And as I look out and see friends and colleagues, many people I've had many conversations with, thank you for coming. If ever I needed evidence that the Labour Party has changed, it's looking out at this audience this morning. Thank you all so much for coming. This is our biggest ever business conference, and that doesn't include the 100 people still on the waiting list. We've got business representatives from all across the country, more than 350 people, or, to put it another way, about a month's worth of Conservative ministers. I'm so glad to be here today at a time when so much is happening. And on Monday, I set out Labour's plans to oversee the greatest shake-up of power in our history, out of Westminster and into our country. That comes from a very simple belief that for too long in this country, we've had our body language all wrong. We've turned inwards when we should have been striding forwards. And I'll tell you this, the next Labour government will set Britain's sights higher by raising standards in public life and restoring trust in politics, wider by spreading power and opportunity across our country, and better by growing our economy in a way that works for everyone. We're going to be the first ever government to win power in order to give it away, or more accurately, to put it where it's going to be most effective. But why? It's simple. Because I don't believe you simply rebuild a country and an economy from Whitehall. I don't believe that individual businesses can do it on their own either. I believe that to drive Britain forwards, we need a partnership. And I'm here to say Labour is ready to partner with you, because we're not just a pro-business party. We're a party that is proud of being pro-business. And make no mistake, that's a matter of conviction for me, and I've united our party behind it. Now, I'm not here today to waste too many words on the Tories. No one in this room needs reminding of the mess that they've made. But the reason the last decade has felt so chaotic is because of their failure to seize the opportunities our country has. Their short-termism, their sticking-plaster politics is holding us back. What I'm focused on is how Labour can remedy that historic wrong, because it's going to be our job to tackle the long-term challenges to give Britain a new business model. So let me set out my three priorities. One, green growth. Growth and net zero don't just complement each other, they're inseparable. Climate change is the defining challenge of our times. We all know that. But it's also the biggest opportunity that we've had in a generation to make our economy work for working people. That's what our Green Prosperity Plan is all about. Fair growth, powered by clean British energy. Now, we know it won't be easy. We know it means political battles, but we're ready to take them on, and we're going to need your support in doing it. We believe in public investment, and we will provide it. But we know that the real game changer is private investment. That's why we're going to set up a national sovereign wealth fund, manage the risk on the key investments that Britain needs, but also use that fund to generate opportunities for businesses and supply chains in every community. Priority number two, skills. If we're going to meet our ambitions, we need to get real on skills. It's why we've put training at the heart of our Green Prosperity Plan. But it's also why we'll reform the way government helps businesses to get the skills they need. Apprenticeship support is not flexible enough. You know that. So we will give you more power over what your levy money can buy. Support for high quality apprenticeships and training courses that work for you. But look, I know for many businesses right now, talk about investment or growth is not where your head is. That's why priority number 3 is in many ways the most important. Stability. Because if we've learned nothing else these last 12 years, it's that chaos has a cost. And I know that many businesses are counting that cost right now. Borrowing costs are higher, energy prices rising, taxes constantly changing, margins are tighter, and then there's the labour market. No mistake, times are tough. More small businesses are going under now than at any time since records began. Every one of them is a personal tragedy. But, and it's an important but, the principle that policy choices must be paid for, that sound money in our public finances must come first, cannot be undermined. It's the foundation for economic stability. And my Labour government will not risk that. But we also understand that stability is about more than the public finances. It's about providing the right conditions to plan and invest, to think about the long-term strategy, not short-term fixes, to create confidence through certainty. That's why we believe in industrial strategy. This isn't ideological. It's not about the size of the state. It's about what it can do. And we believe government can support business to innovate and grow, can bring in the creative genius of our scientists and universities, can unite us to tackle the country's challenges on behalf of working people. That's what our partnership must deliver. A partnership for prosperity. That's what my Labour Party stands for. And that partnership is about every different type of business, including the ones that don't yet exist. One of the first things our fantastic Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves did in her role was to set up a review into how we can back more startups in this country. Because we won't have a world-leading economy of the future if we don't back the world-leading businesses of the future. Now, I'd love to tell you that Rachel's going to be the next Chancellor of this country, but I don't know how many of the Tories will burn through by the time we get to the next election. What I can say is that Rachel will be the Chancellor who works alongside me to ensure we create a country where working people succeed, where aspiration is rewarded, where businesses flourish, a Britain with its confidence, its hope, and its future back. But it won't just be me and Rachel. It won't just be the Shadow Cabinet. It won't just be a Labour government. It will be everyone in this room. So enjoy this fantastic event. Share your ideas, your plans, and your challenges to us. Keep in touch with us, because we're building something special here, and we need you to be part of it. Thank you very much.